Hello. Wait. Is that it? Oh! Oh! Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of those sample everything from the album and try to make it all into one hopefully coherent, cohesive song that ends up sounding decent, but let's see how that turns out by the end. I got everything on my screen here. As you can see, all the tracks are on screen. I already got everything loaded up to a Logic session, so let's just start getting through it. Next one is Modus. Let's see what this one is about. But first and foremost, don't forget, pitch shift that. Pitch shift that. Put that on a t-shirt. I hope this is the hardest part. We try. No. I like how he just has a piano at the end. Well, we might be able to use that. Third one, TikTok. But not to be confused with the app, I don't think, because it's spelled, I mean, like how it's supposed to. Easy. Too easy. Fourth song, Daylight. Yeah, right there. There's nothing underneath those kicks. Track number 5, Upgrade. I like that. It's simple and it sounds nice. Sometimes when you're making a track, that's honestly all it really needs to be. Simple and sounding really nice. Oh my god. Low-key rant, real quick. I always just never liked how people did not give Joji enough credit where credit was due, at least as far as his vocals were concerned, because, look, don't get me wrong. His vocals in the beginning of his earlier works, especially like the In Tongues and the other one, the ballads one that one before this album, pretty much, like, definitely In Tongues. His songs, were very underdeveloped, and a lot of things that were like just not good about them. But like, you just need to respect the progression, the evolution this man has had. Like, bro, even on his last album on ballads, it's like, I personally actually liked a lot of the songs on ballad. I understood the criticism some people had with just how the songs, felt not fleshed out enough, and like some of the parts just didn't even feel like songs. It kind of came off more like just ideas that he just decided to release as a song, is what he labeled it as. Just PSA, putting that out there. All right, number 6, Give Me Love. There you go. Right there. This is the section. This is what we got. This is what we're working with. Right here. This is the one. Track number 7, Run. All right. We got what we got from track number 7, so now let's move on to the next one. Another one of my favorites off the album, and frankly, I think probably second to my favorite singles that he had dropped for this release. Sanctuary, the first one he dropped for the album. Definitely some synths right there that we can use. Some plucky synths. Oh, that can make for a really gritty transition. I really like the endings of his songs. I'm noticing this. Track number 9, High Hopes. I'm going to try to speed run through some of these because we still got oh god. There's something there. Track number 10, Nitrous. Okay, yeah, I like those synths in the beginning. Those kind of like almost bouncy synths. Track number 11, Pretty Boy. I'll take the whole entire 4 bars while we're there. Oh. Hey. There's a little piano slice there that we can use. Track number 13, Afterthought. Ooh, I definitely want that snare hit. Oh, hell yeah. Track number 14, Mr. Hollywood. Track number 15, 777, 777. I don't know if it's meant to be said 777, but let's give it a listen. Oh, went demonic again. There we go. That synth bass, yeah. I can see myself using this. Yeah, I just want to take that giant note that's just drawn out for the entire, like, section of this part in the beginning. Yeah, I could definitely use this as, like, the main bass line, or at least one of the lower sounds on the song. Track number 17, Like You Do. What the hell am I doing with my life? I want this part in the beginning. Let's take that part right there. Okay. Your man. Alright, I like those chants in the beginning, so we'll go with that. Would you go again? Oh! Would you go again? Oh! Oh, no, take me back to that part. I don't want to go to that one again. Like, get me back to that ending. Jesus. Have you ever loved? Woo! Alright. Oh my god. Oh, shit, I actually just sat through that entire session going through 18 songs. Woo, my god, and we're finally here. Now, alright, we want, like, I think 80 is a good number. But you know what? Just to be a rebel. 81. Because I can. Alright, I'm going to take a moment and go through all of these samples that I got here laid out. And I'm just going to listen through them one more time. Try to EQ some of it out. Alright. I just want the kicks. What if I just... Woo! Perfect. I just keep that as like a percussion loop in the background. I kind of like it. What if I just like transpose it? No, but it sounds... If I fade it out... You know, now when it's reversed, it actually kind of sounds like a shaker. Ooh. God, I still need a hi-hat. I could just bring in my own. Right now for the drums. That's what I got sounding. Smooth vibe right now. Chill.
2,000 years later.
Hello, my people. This is the second part of the video. This is me from the future coming in because I just came back from a really bad cold. In the meantime, while I was away, I looked back at the video, and I looked back at the song. I saw everything that I did, and I didn't really like where it was going. I didn't like the direction it was in. So I just basically said, F it. I just pretty much rehauled everything to a new segment. So I'm just gonna break down pretty much like what I've taken from each of the songs on the album and what I did to them on this one. So the first one here from Modus, we'll start from the top. I took like a little bleep that just hit me, like it hit different. And I took that, played like a melody line with it till I got something that I was happy with. Right? Then I reverse it because that is what you do. When in doubt, reverse it, as I always like to say. Right. You get the idea. So then the next one here. Right. So that one, I took the very beginning of Daylight. There's like, if you hear right at the beginning, there's like a bass slide right before everything else comes in the song. So I took that little bass slide and I just pitched it way, 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 way up. Then I just played that regular line, which originally sounded like this. So I would say these first two sounds was kind of like the foundation. Everything that came after, this was like sort of the starting point for me. Pretty much there's just three defined sections to this entire track. The first quarter, the intro, build up, drop. Then there's the main beef of the song, if you will. Kind of where all of the other sounds from the rest of the album that we taken in our samples kind of just all come together. And then we got like the end, which is sort of more of a grander sound for it. And then I forgot about this section right here. This is kind of like a little interlude. I would call this the interlude. It's like everything just completely switches up into a different direction. And then the ending part goes right back to what we were in the middle. I took the vocal line for the chorus in Mr. Hollywood. So I took that, just left it pretty much as it was, added a couple effects to it, a little bit of RC20, you can't go wrong with that. What else? I just took a sound from Sanctuary, the synth. And then I kind of did a little bit of a lead line here with it. Then here, I took the build-ups from 777, pitch shifted them, added a couple of effects to it. On to the next section. And these are just like transitional effects. Yeah, so this is like a transition one, for instance. So in the beginning of Give Me Love, there's this like really, really cool like drum fill. So I took that little beginning of the drum fill pretty much, and I added a couple effects to it. Here we go, here's another one. These I took from a vocal line from Run. Very dramatic. Then I took the synth bass in the beginning of 777, pitch shifted it to the song, and just kept it going. So that's the first section. Now let's move on to the other one. Here was that transitional sound I was talking about earlier that I sounded weird out of context. It's coupled with, these are both from TikTok pretty much, so since they're meant to be played together as one transitional like effect. We're kind of at the drum section right now. All right, so I took a couple of drums from Give Me Love, and I just chopped them up until I got a pattern that I was satisfied with. So like, all right, moving on. This one was taken from Daylight. It's the fill he uses in the different sections. So I took that, pitch warped it, time stretched it to get it on beat. The next one, these I took from two different songs for the snares. Daylight snare. Yeah, so that's what it sounds like on its own. I took the snare from Afterthought. I really love that little ting. Clap sound, I mean, my bad. Also got a distant clap here. I think I took this from, yeah, I also took it from Give Me Love. I know for these specifically, I took them from the fill earlier in the beginning of the song, Give Me Love. Let's see. Daylight Smack. And then the next one, I took the drum loop from TikTok and I just shoved it in the back of the frequency spectrum. Like, I did not want it to actually impact directly the drum groove I had going. This is what I ended up with. So you hear, right? It sounds like you're listening through it through like 3 rooms away from you, like with walls and everything. Or you're listening through a toilet. All right. Oh yeah, we have a daylight sweep here. Funny story about this one. When I was picking out sounds to use for, when I was picking out samples, pretty much to use for this track, when I got to daylight, I found that sound. You know, sometimes I get very like micromanaged when it comes to picking out samples. Like sometimes I won't even go for something that actually sounds like a sample. I'll just hear like a certain sound, like the note it hits. I just really like it. And so for this one, that's basically what happened. I took like a note and then I threw it onto Logic's sampler, and it will put the note at the very bottom of the keys. So like, or of the scales, I mean. So like instead of starting at like C3, Logic will start at like C0. In the moment, I didn't realize it was at C0. So like I played it, and when I played it, I heard that sound. Wait, let me just put it without the effects. Let me just play that without the effects. Right? When I first heard that, I was completely enamored. It sounded like God farting through a microphone. So I just knew I needed to have it in my song. So here we're getting to the meaty part, the bass, right? The bass I took from Daylight, same as I did for the delayed pops. That's what I titled it. Yeah, the Daylight bass, it was the same sound from the beginning. That first bass note that's hit in the song before the rest of the track comes in, I took that, pretty much used it for what it was intended for, a bass. So right before that, we got the 777 synth. It's just a transitional effect, just from Pretty Boy. Yeah, just more accompaniment. I took this piano from Upgrade, time stretched it, pitch shifted it to get it to sound. All right, so I pretty much like throughout the entire track, I sampled like different vocal lines that he did. I chopped them up until I got like a progression, a pattern that I was happy with, and so this is what it sounds like. Then I took the amas from the beginning of Pretty Boy. All right, so that's it for that section. So let's play that all together so we can hear it in context. Nice. So now we're gonna move on to the next section. I just kind of sampled that entire progression until I got it to sound how I wanted it. And we have, did I just call this Demon Bells? I think I called it Demon Bells. Nice. Yeah. Sounds a little demonic on its own. And for this section, I recorded my own bass line with like an actual bass. Disclaimer, I'm not a bass player. But with the power of editing, I was able to get a decent sound to what I was going for. And then I took from Normal People this little piano riff here. And then, of course, vocal chops. I took them from Gimme Love. So this section is basically kind of like a repeat of the other one. I guess the main difference is these vocal chants from Your Man. Also, I added the beginning of the Mr. Hollywood chorus. So this is what we got. Mr. Hollywood, would you come back soon? She said, Mr. Hollywood, would you come back soon? Right? Very pretty. Let's play that section so you get an idea. It's a little sneak preview. Alright guys, so made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to play the entire finished beat at the end of this video with also a little bit of tweaks here and there. If you like what you saw, you know, do the things. See you guys for the next one.